98, 99, 100. Whew. Hey, I'm glad you could join me today. Welcome to Health Fit, where we do our best to spike your ambition in discovering your healthy fit self. For today's program, we prepared the kind of strength workout that doesn't use weights. Instead, we'll use resistance bands. Take my word for it, resistance bands can make you sweat just as much, but what really sets them apart is that they're so mobile. After our exercise demonstration, prepare yourself for a follow-up to our last episode. You heard me right, we'll have another chilling treat. To top it off, we'll conclude with an interview with an athlete in the field of a very intriguing sport. Hey there! Today we will be challenging our endurance and strength in a surprising way. I know you might be expecting some heavy weight, but I think you'd be surprised at how heavy a resistance band might feel. These guys are very comfortable because they're convenient, flexible, and cheap. Today I will be showing you how to do 10 different exercises with a resistance band. The standing lateral shoulder raise will work your side shoulder. Place the band under your feet with your feet hip-width apart. Taking both handles, extend to the side with both hands straight. The front shoulder raise works the front of your shoulders. Similar to the exercise before, place the band under your feet hip-width apart. This time, extend the arms in front, keeping them straight. The standing shoulder press will target the whole shoulder. Again, stand in the middle of the band with both feet and extend your arms beyond your shoulders, pushing up. Bicep curls with resistance bands target your biceps as the name implies. Step on the band, grab the handles with an underhand grip and squeeze. For a reverse grip bicep curl, hold the bands with an overhand grip and squeeze. For a hammer curl, turn your grip to the side and raise your arms straight up. And finally, standing on the band with one foot, let's try a single arm preacher curl. Grab both handles with your right arm and place the left arm under your right arm for support. When you complete 10 to 12 reps, switch sides. The bent over back row will target your trapezius and latissimus dorsi muscles. Stepping on the band with both feet hip-width apart, bend forward at the waist. Make sure that your back is straight and your shoulders are down. Your arms will start as fully extended and then bring them straight up with a bend at the elbows. Make sure to hold and squeeze for a brief moment at the top before releasing. The one arm bent over back row is very similar to the previous exercise, however we will focus on one side at a time for a deeper emphasis. Hold down the band with the opposite side leg from the arm with which you're pulling. In this case, I will be pulling with my left arm, and so I'll hold down the band with my right leg. My right arm rests on my right leg. The basic squat will target your glutes and thighs. Holding the band straps in both hands, make sure the bands are running behind your hands. Pull them all the way up to shoulder height and squat down to parallel. The side squat will put more emphasis on one leg over the other. Stand with the feet hip-width apart and the band under your left foot. Pull the bands to shoulder height with your arms in the front. From center, step right with your right foot into a squat and return to center. Lunges and reverse lunges are a great exercise for strengthening the quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Similar to the squats, hold the handles of the band at shoulder height with the bands running behind the arm. Step in the center of the band with your right foot and proceed to reverse lunge with your left leg. Push-ups with resistance bands will target your chest, core, triceps, and biceps. While on the floor, wrap the band around the widest part of your back and hold onto the end with your hands. Starting with the arms extended, proceed with 10 to 12 push-ups. For a challenge, make it a decline push-up. Perform all the exercises for 10 to 12 repetitions. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget that any exercise you do can be personalized to your own abilities. So if you need to go for a lower rep count or you need to decrease the resistance of your band, go for it.
Chef Patty here. Why should you include avocados as part of your family's balanced diet? It's as simple as...
1, 2,
3.
Number 1.
Avocados fill you up.
Avocados contain unsaturated fats, good fats your body needs to help with the absorption of key nutrients.
Me hungry right now.
Number 2.
Avocados are good for you.
Avocados are naturally cholesterol and sodium free, plus they contain nearly 20 vitamins and nutrients.
Me need vitamins and nutrients. And number 3, avocado delicious.
Try avocados in place of ingredients higher in saturated fat. Avocados taste great in sandwiches, salads, and even in baked goods like cookies.
Avocado cookies. This match made in heaven.
This is your new kitten, or your new puppy. Every day, 70,000 puppies and kittens just like them are born in the U.S. Cute, right? Well, what's not cute is that half of all litters are accidents. And when a kitten has a litter of oopsies and a puppy has a litter of uh-ohs, pretty soon you have thousands and thousands of OMGs. And that leads to millions of pets being killed in shelters each year. But if 80% of pet owners say they believe in spaying and neutering, then what gives? Well, it turns out those sweet little fuzzballs can get pregnant sooner than you think. A lot sooner. But here's the good news. You can stop the accident before it happens. You just have to remember one number. 4, as in 4 months. When you bring home Maggie or Ruby or Puddle or Clyde, get them fixed at 4 months. It can be old enough to get pregnant, and it's definitely young enough to make a difference. Prevent more, fix at month 4.
This is the Health Fit Kitchen, and today we're going to blend 2 of my favorite things together in one. We'll be using modern technology, the Vitamix, and an old love, coffee, to create a coffee smoothie. Yes, you heard me right. This smoothie is quite special because not only does it give you a burst of energy and the iced coffee feel, but it has ingredients that are beneficial for our bodies and that we have used on our show before, also known as protein. So let's check out our ingredients here. To begin with, we have a cup of almond milk and a cup of coffee, 2 teaspoons of stevia, 2 teaspoons of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of PB Fit, 1 to 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder, 2 bananas, and 1 to 2 cups of ice. Let's go ahead and mix them up. Starting with the almond milk. I like using almond milk because it's low calorie, especially if you get the 30 calorie per cup one. Oh, it's amazing. Coffee, it's even more amazing. Let's go ahead and add that bananas. Stevia. A little sweet kick in there. PB Fit. I know you might be surprised that I'm actually putting PB Fit in here, but you know what? That's some extra protein for you, and I promise that you will not feel the taste at all. And let's end with the protein powder. Oh, look at that, I also have ice. All right, are you ready to shake it up? Because I'm ready to shake it up. We are already on our smoothie, so let's go. Looks like we are done. Let's give it a try. I like coffee.
Wow. I think it's the best coffee I've had all week.
I would like to thank a fellow student, Graham Young, for the amazing recipe. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Hey there, this is Active Updates with Mika Churfan, and I'm here to keep you updated on trending topics, new finds, and health info to support your active lifestyle. Today we are pushing it to the limit as we talk stamina and endurance. But is there something else we may be pushing the limit of? This one presumably healthy beverage may actually be doing more harm than good for some people. So let's jump in and talk about sports drinks. You've likely heard a lot of mixed messages about sports drinks. You've probably heard that they're good for you because they have electrolytes, but you've also probably heard that they're bad because of all the added sugar. So which one is it? Well, the truth is it's entirely conditional. If you're an athlete or someone who lives a very active lifestyle, sports drinks can be hugely beneficial for you to maintain your body's healthy equilibrium. This is because they contain carbohydrates, electrolytes, and often other vitamins and minerals as well. The carbs are usually in the form of simple sugars to give you a fast-acting energy boost, and the electrolytes replenish vital substances like sodium, potassium, and others that are lost in your sweat when you exercise. Without having these things in the correct proportions, your performance will suffer and your body will take longer to recover from exercise. So if you're an athlete or someone engaging in pretty high-intensity activity for about an hour or more, you'd be doing yourself a huge favor by indulging in a sports drink. However, if you're drinking Gatorades throughout an average day of normal activities, this healthy formula can turn into a recipe for disaster. Putting extra vitamins and minerals and carbs in your body without losing them in the first place puts you at serious risk for toxicity, or at the very least spikes your blood sugar and contributes unnecessary calories to your diet. If you find yourself thinking, uh-oh, that's me, then you should really consider switching to water as your go-to beverage. I know, it's not as easy as it sounds, especially if you're used to having sports drinks throughout the day. We all know how hard it is to break stubborn habits, but one thing that may help wean you off of this unhealthy choice is to add just a little bit of your usual sports drink to a bottle of water. Having a diluted version of it will give you the flavor you love, but without all of the stuff you don't need. Eventually you can switch to the straight up water or the lightly flavored stuff to keep things tasty. Another way to make sure you're not misusing sports drinks is to have them only as a reward to yourself when you exercise. Once you've reached that 1 hour mark of pretty intense activity, you can crack open that bottle and enjoy it guilt-free. Now thanks for tuning in today. This has been Active Updates with Mika. I'll see you next time. Stay active.
Everyone deserves to have a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home, they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
Para po sa pamilya ko.
Por mi familia.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own. Through shelter, we empower. Visit habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing, they take care of our food, in addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes.
Who said that? Hello?
Really can, you know.
You talking to me?
Sure am. Because the airline miles you earn and donate to Make-A-Wish can help send thousands of kids on their wish trips. So donate to Make-A-Wish today.
You really should, you know. You really should.
And give wishes wings. Because wishes work wonders.
Hey there, and welcome back. Here we are at the Rec Center about to have an interview with Tyler Flyod, who is a group fitness instructor and a certified personal trainer. Tyler will tell us a little bit more about functional fitness, traditional strength training, how the two compare, and how his personal experiences have really helped him reach his fitness goals. Hey Tyler, thank you so much for being here with us today. Could you tell us more about your background in fitness?
Yeah, so I went to school here at MTSU. I graduated last year with a degree in exercise science, and I've been training here at the Rec Center for probably about 2 years. So.
Okay, and what do you do here at the Rec?
Here at the Rec, I'm a group fitness instructor, as well as personal training. So I get a little bit of group and then one-on-one training with clients as well.
So what do you like to do currently to stay active?
Personally, I like strength training. I stay towards functional training a lot more than traditional single plane of motion, single joint movement, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of strength, a lot of mobility, stability type stuff.
Would you say that you prefer functional fitness over traditional strength training?
I wouldn't say that I prefer one over the other.
Okay.
They're both great for what they are on their own, but I think paired and married with each other, it creates a very good balance. So one without the other, I feel like you wouldn't benefit as much unless you had them both together. So I like both.
Gotcha. So can you go into some of the benefits of each on their own and maybe also some of the drawbacks?
So we'll start with functional training.
Okay.
It's more of a newer type of programming, but the good thing about functional training is that it's not training you to come into a gym and hit a certain lift. It's training you to be better at things we do in everyday life.
Okay.
Say we need to pick a box up out of the garage or grab something off of a shelf or climb up a ladder or something like that. So along the lines of anything that's functional that we can do here in the gym but also apply somewhere outside of a gym, that's the benefit to functionality training. Strength training, of course, is great as well because obviously strength is a good thing. We don't need to necessarily have strength to pick stuff up, but we can have strength to support our joints and all that good stuff. But like I was saying before, when you have strength and functionality, things become really, really good.
Yes.
So.
Can you incorporate a lot of cardio with functional fitness, do you think?
You can. There's a lot of good research out there that cardio incorporated with strength and functional training is very beneficial.
Especially for weight loss, as far as I know.
Of course, yeah, of course. As long as it's anything that gets the heart rate up, burns calories, which is cardio or even resistance training at high intensity. Mostly I would say it's not so cardio dependent for weight loss. So I mean, it is a great option for weight loss, but it's not just running. Running.
Right, yeah, that gets boring.
it's an exciting kind of, it changes every time type of cardio, which is good. Yeah.
Yes, that is good. So can you give us a little summary of what one of your training sessions looks like when you're on your own? What do you do? How do you start? And how intense does it really get?
So my training actually starts from the moment I wake up. So any free time that I have, I'm either stretching out or working on some sort of range of motion or mobility stretches. Of course, once I actually get to my allotted time for this is when I'm working out, I have a good 15 to 20 minute warm up, which is longer than most training programs, but I like to focus on a lot of range of motion and stability, which I think movement is key in functional fitness.
Of course.
So I really focus on my warm-ups really heavily so that I'm ready for whatever movement I'm doing that day. Obviously, then I get into the meaty part of the workout, and it usually only takes about 15 minutes. Average. Max 20 minutes. Like, it's hard work, 100% for 15 minutes, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And then cool down.
Explosive.
Like I said, it's pretty much from the time I stop working out to the time I go to sleep. I'm always trying to do something to keep myself moving and stay
active.
stay from
Yes.
freezing up and getting tight. So.
And that's what that kind of lifestyle is about, because that's the difference between just a hobby and a lifestyle, essentially. Very awesome, very interesting. So, do you think that functional fitness is for everyone, especially beginners? Is that something that you should try when you're a little bit more experienced within fitness and being active, or do you think anyone can start with it?
I do believe that functional fitness is meant for beginners. Like I said, it's functional. So we do things that we would normally do in everyday life. So people do have experience with it, even though they may not think they do.
Yes.
A lot of the technical kind of little more advanced lifts and movements are, or can be, kind of intimidating and make people believe that it may be an advanced form of exercise. But that is always something that can be scaled back, that can be broken in half. Maybe the first pull of the movement can be broken into one single movement. So it's definitely something that can be used as a foundation and be built upon up until we get to technical lifts and stuff like that.
Yes, more advanced.
Yeah. So
Takes time.
It's a good stepping stone type process for people who are looking to get into functional.
That sounds amazing. That sounds perfect. So are there any stigmas that you'd like to put an end to as far as functional fitness is concerned?
Stigmas, I would say the only stigma is a lot of people believe, just from outside looking in, that a lot of the movements may be dangerous. A lot of overhead lifts, very wide grip. From an outside perspective, it could look like it takes, or it causes a lot of undue stress on the rotator cuffs and shoulders and things of that nature.
Right.
Other than that, the only reason I say that it's not like that is because movement is the key to all of this. So if we can move better and move correctly, the lift is going to be a lot more stable and it's not going to cause undue stress on the shoulder or things like that. And that's just one example. But it can be seen as kind of a more dangerous, riskier approach to fitness.
But then again, any exercising can be dangerous in its own way if you don't do it right.
Of course. Walking down the street is dangerous.
Yes.
So yes, any form of exercise, you do take some risks, but we see the benefits from the stability, the mobility, range of motion.
Flexibility
It's
and all.
everything else other than the actual lift itself is what's helping us. So,
yes, perfect. Just going back to your experience and your personal events in your life that have happened to you, how has health impacted you?
A lot, actually.
And being healthy, I mean.
Well, yeah. So in 2013, I had a neck injury while I was in the military. I pretty much, from that point up until 2015, so about 2 years, I was in therapy, didn't really do very much training.
Right.
Just because, you know, the risk of re-injuring or further injuring and stuff like that. But when I came out, got back into school and everything, I was in a bad spot as far as my physical fitness and just how I felt on a daily basis. So honestly, if I didn't have fitness, I wouldn't be able to move as well as I do.
Wow.
And I would be in much more daily pain as I am in now. So for me personally, from a health perspective, fitness has given me a way to not only cope with an injury, but get stronger from an injury. Because with an injury, I'm obviously taking more precautions and all that good stuff to a moderation. So with that in mind, I'm trying to perfect my form, trying to build a lot more stabilizing muscles and stuff like that so that I can, in the long run, thrive.
That's amazing. That's so wonderful. Good for you. Good for you. And that just goes to show that no matter who you are, you can do it as long as you put your mind to it, whether you have an injury or no. Just keep going and you'll achieve greatness. Okay, final question. What kind of advice would you give to someone who wants to become more active and doesn't know where to start from? So what first steps should they take?
Most people usually turn to the internet. I would say just throw that out the window.
Okay.
The best bet is to go into wherever it may be, your local gym, your apartment complex gym. here at MTSU, you find somebody who's knowledgeable and just start asking questions.
Asking questions.
That's it. So in the fitness world, you can read as many articles as you want, as many research papers, as many books, magazines, whatever. But when you get practical, real experience and mostly just relatability to people, that's where your fitness journey will really begin. Because an article's only going to tell you in
so much.
Your own perspective of what you're reading.
Right.
But if you have somebody else there who knows how it is, regardless of if they're a trainer or just an average Joe that just comes in, gets their 20-minute workout on, and then goes back to their job. But I would say definitely just get up and do something, and even if gyms are not your thing, like just getting up and going outside and walking around is plenty enough exercise.
It's a good beginning.
Any exercise is better than no exercise.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great interview, and thank you all for watching. I'll catch you later in our next segment.